Boom, ever onward tribe, October's Commander's Coffee. I was working through a problem set the other day, trying to think through an issue that I've been kind of kicking around for a while, and it occurred to me I was doing it in a vacuum, which I think is a mistake. I think the more we work as teams in this world, certainly the more we work as teams and come together as a team, as a country, and probably as a world community right now, the better we'd be for it. But I realized I hadn't tapped into a network that's one of the greatest I've ever experienced, and that's the senior enlisted in the United States Navy, in the military at large. Basically, every command is run by a commanding officer. That's the senior officer that's in charge of the command, and then he or she has their senior enlisted counterpart. And these really are the graybeards, the sages that have been there and done that, will always give you, an honest opinion, probably unvarnished, very to the point, often dripping with wisdom and knowledge of real world experiences that can help illuminate and guide a senior decision maker. And it strikes me the world right now, and maybe in some ways even our most senior national leadership could really use a senior enlisted, or in the United States military, it's what's called a command, in the Navy is called a command master chief. So a master chief petty officer in the United States Navy is the highest rank you can achieve in the United States Navy as an enlisted person. You can go no further. And they truly are, in my mind, the backbone of knowledge, corporate institutional understanding, and the leadership in particular of the troops, of the foot soldiers. And I was working through a problem set, and I realized I hadn't tapped into that resource. So I reached out to one of my former command master chiefs, asked him some questions, and he worked through it like a Dick and Jane book. It was awesome. Just had great guidance, really helpful, and just offered something I wouldn't have found on my own. So my recommendation to you in this Commander's Coffee, and then I'm going to share a story he shared with me at the end of that council, is the idea of finding kind of a graybeard or a sage or some mentor or guide that can give you the honest, unvarnished truth when you need it. Those are gifts you give yourself if you can handle the heat that comes from somebody like that and can help guide you on your path. So my first recommendation to this Commander's Coffee is find your command master chief. Find a senior enlisted that can help you as a guide. Actually, not the command master chief I was talking to, but another command master chief that I only work with for a very short period of time, is one of the very few people I follow kind of religiously on social media posts. He always has very succinct, very distilled, concise things to share that I really enjoy. So whenever one of his posts comes up, he doesn't post that often, but whenever they do, it puts me in a really good mood. And his post this week was incredible. I love talking, as you know, about doing hard things, the merits of doing hard things, and that's where the growth is in life. But he posted this little passage. I'm going to read it for you. And I haven't read anything much more about doing hard things that I like any more than this. And it goes like this. Marriage is hard. Divorce is hard. Choose your heart. Obesity is hard. Being fit is hard. Choose your heart. Being in debt is hard. Being financially disciplined is hard. Choose your heart. Communication is hard. Not communing is hard. Choose your heart. Life will never be easy. It will always be hard. But we can choose our heart. Choose wisely. Now that's good advice from a CMC. Ever onward.